the following presentation of the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the state of New Mexico in the high desert city of Albuquerque. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Shamrocks of Honolulu taking on the Redwoods of Albuquerque. Hello again, everybody. Brandon Gordon, Charles Davis with you. And Charles, let's do some breaking down of this Albuquerque club as they enter play.
They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from Hawaii,
we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
On the jump. 60 backward. 60 back. Let's go. 18 Cardinal. 18.
Here's Hall again. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lions. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Short pass caught by the tight end Griffin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and
9.
Operating from the gun, Lacey. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
70.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 by 6. Go.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now 2nd and 9.
Ready. 9.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lacey. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Lacey. Touchdown! A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Shamrocks take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
A good gain of 12 yards that time.
That's another Albuquerque first down.
Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Cougar 19.
He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now fourth down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First down, Shamrocks.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Ready.
Straight ahead is home. And back to the 30. It'll be second down. When you look at this defense,
they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So in prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here we go.
Ball again.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Hey.
Off the play fake.
Lacey. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Off play action.
Lacey. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Shamrocks go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Redwoods offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win. They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
60 by 60 by.
He'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
At the 38-yard line.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Hall want to give up the middle.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down. A gain of 5. And the Honolulu first
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start. 19, charge.
They'll go again with Hall.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Albuquerque offense readying to take over once again. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown! Taj Brooks, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Redwoods are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Second and 10.
Leads to second and 10.
Looking to throw. Lacey will try and set up the screen. It's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Operating from the gun. Lacey. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
2nd and 13.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
That's good.
Now they'll change things up.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Again, he'll drop the throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Silva. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 3
Let's
at
go.
the 33-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Come on, come on.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Second and 9.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The rain, if anything, maybe intensified while you were covering the halftime report. We'll see how these two coaching staffs want to approach this second half to come. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Marshawn Lloyd getting set for this next drive. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Lloyd. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready? 76.
Back to throw again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. They work now on 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Operating from the gun. Lacey. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
1st down.
3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Come on. Ready.
Now a give, right side. It's Lloyd. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Ready.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Come on. Come on.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
7-yard gain.
An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
It's now 4th down.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Scott.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
This is 2nd and 8. A handoff for Hall.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
113 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 20-yard line.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw. Lacey. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And the 11.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lacey. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And his kick here is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now a give to Brooks running right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. That's Lloyd. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Now Hall.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Lacey. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And we'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go.
At the 34-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
27 yards there, a first down.
And now they'll shift things around.
18 Cardinal. Ready.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go. Ready.
Off play action. Lacey.
Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 22.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Try to take this home, they'll run. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Here we go.
7-yard line.
70 Lions. Go.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets pretty